Since independence, Nigeria's criminal justice system has accommodated the death penalty as a punitive measure for specifically defined offenses. In the past 15 years, scholars, researchers, and students of penology and criminology have championed the debate for its abolition. This week's edition of the program features another debate for the abolition of capital punishment in Nigeria. Hello, thank you for joining me on the program. I am Omelogo Nnadi. Nigeria is one of the 18 countries in Africa still retaining the death penalty. And since the handover to democratic governance in 1999, at least 650 persons have been sentenced to death in Nigeria. The debate for the abolition of death penalty as a punitive measure still rages on. My guest is from Amnesty International. But up ahead, global rights body Amnesty International has called for the abolition of the death sentence in Nigeria and all over the world, saying there has been a 50% increase in the number of executions globally. Take a listen.
I went to Gallo to be executed along with 4 others. While in the Gallo room, they hang 1 person, hang 2, hang 3, hang 4, waiting for my turn before they said no. He was condemned to death by a firing squad, but the army did not execute him. Let's take him back to his cell. They dragged it, the prison staff said, no, nobody come into the gallows and come out alive. And the governor has signed that I should be executed. This thing happened in Benin. I was transferred from Kaduna prison to Enugu, from Enugu to Benin prison, where the execution took place 2013. For 19 years waiting for the hangman. The Amnesty International, they helped me. After all the drag, say I should be hanged. The sheriff said no. He is the sheriff of the nation. The law did not say so. The law said he should be executed by the army in Kaduna Metropolis. Not to be hanged in this room. So he can't hand me over to the hangman. That is how the noose later off my head. They removed the cap from my face. I began to leave. I went to my cell. Still be dumped until the Amnesty International came in. They took the case up. They filed the case for me. A day came, the governor said I should be released.
That's what Thank God Abels passed through for 19 years in a Nigerian prison. The need for Nigeria and other countries practicing the execution of alleged criminals to have a rethink is what informed this meeting put together by the Amnesty International.
We will continue to urge government and the Nigerian National Assembly to look into the issue of abolition of death penalty in Nigeria. But it's a very complicated matter because of our legal system, because issue of death penalty is not a federal thing. It is mainly with states. And it has also some religious, implications. There are some people whose religion accepts, the death penalty. So this is an issue that all Nigerians, irrespective of their faith or political party affiliation, should take a hard look at the death penalty.
Nigeria did not carry out any execution in 2015. The last execution took place in 2013. According to information from the Nigerian Prison Service, 171 people were sentenced to death in 2015, a 74% drop on the 659 death sentences recorded in 2014. The Prison Service also reported that 26 pardons were granted, 41 death rows were exonerated, and 1,677 people were on death row, including 5 foreign nationals. During the year, a total of 121 death sentences were commuted to prison sentences. One of the most popular death sentences that have been commuted to prison sentences is the case of 66 soldiers who were sentenced to firing squad. However, the Chief of Army Staff reviewed their cases. About 10 states have signed into law bills for death penalty.
Amnesty International Nigeria is worried with the growing number of state assemblies passing bills imposing death penalty for kidnapping and related offenses. There are currently about 10 states in Nigeria which have either passed a bill in their assemblies imposing the death penalty for kidnapping or are in the process of passing such bills. Experience in Nigeria and many parts of the world shows that there is no convincing evidence that the death penalty deters crime more than any other punishment. We urge governments of the states that are rushing to impose death penalty on crimes that may have their roots in deeper social and economic malaise to have a rethink.
Nigeria is one of the 18 countries in Africa still retaining death penalty. Advocates of this meeting want the federal and state governments to consider other punishments instead of death penalty.